The Eleftherios Venizelos statue is located near the Greek Embassy, at 2217 Massachusetts Avenue Northwest, Washington, D.C., near Sheridan Circle at the center of Embassy Row. This is the statue of Eleftherios Venizelos, which reads founder of modern Greece. Venizelos lived 1864 to 1936. He is a major figurehead in Greece, and in Greece, you will find his name on the International Airport of Athens, ferry ships, public squares, and roads. His gravesite is within a national park and is a major destination for Greeks. As with major political figureheads across the world, he is heralded as someone who accomplished very honorable things for his nation, but as with most such leaders, the complete story is not often shared. Part of his almost mythical status lie in the fact he was a revolutionary in Crete. Just like his father, they fought to separate Crete from the Ottoman Empire. He served 7 terms as prime minister across the period of 1910 to 1932, but not consecutive terms. He was often forced to resign by his party or the king, or go into exile, or lost the vote. And as with many Greek politicians of the era, there were numerous attempts on his life. He is a figurehead because he championed the 1911 Constitution, which strengthened the parliament, composed of elected officials. Greece had a constitutional monarchy at that time. The constitution also provided for more individual liberties and for male suffrage. However, Venizelos suppressed opposition through censorship, imprisonment, and other means. Which shows that although he is seen as a champion of liberal democratic principles, he did not necessarily follow them himself. He is a figurehead because he championed the idea of megali, the idea that all Greek lands and people should be brought back together to be the great empire and culture they once were. To achieve this, Venizelos embraced warfare. He led Greece into 2 of the Balkan Wars, World War I, and the Greco-Turkish War. During the Balkan Wars, the Greeks massacred civilians in mixed or mostly Muslim regions, sometimes to ethnically cleanse the territories, and other times because they saw the people as enemy collaborators. All participants of these wars committed similar atrocities. At the end of these wars, many Greeks felt megali was possible as Greece gained a lot of territory, including Epirus, Macedonia, Crete, and many Aegean islands. As a result, Venizelos was very eager to join the next war, World War I. In 1916, Venizelos left Athens and established a Greek capital in Thessaloniki under his own rule. He took this action when the king refused to join World War I, which would halt megali and more territorial expansion. This event was part of Greece's national schism. However, the Entente powers pressured the Greek royal family to join the war on their side and the government became one. Again, in World War I, Greece gained more Aegean islands, and areas now in modern-day Turkey, including eastern Thrace and Izmir. As Ataturk fought to gain territory and establish modern Turkey, Venizelos sent an army to meet him and challenge him for the same territories in Asia Minor. Many Greeks saw conquering Asia Minor and regaining the ancient capital of Constantinople as the ultimate fulfillment of megali. There were many populations in Asia Minor that were Orthodox Christian and possessed Greek heritage. Many of their families had settled there hundreds of years prior when it was a Greek and then Roman territory. In 1919, these people spoke Turkish and only knew that region as their home. As Greek forces marched through Asia Minor, they again massacred Muslim civilians, sometimes entire villages. In response, many Muslim groups began to attack Christians. This time, Greece lost and they did not gain their ancient capital and reunite the ancient Greeks with the Greeks in the modern homeland. In the Treaty of Lausanne, Greece lost all of the territories it had gained in previous wars from the region, and an agreement was made for a population exchange. All groups of Muslims in Greece would, under threat of genocide, be forced to move to the newly formed Republic of Turkey, and all Orthodox Christians were forced to move to Greece. Massacres had occurred on the Greek and Turkish homelands by this time, and now it was promised they would continue to occur if people did not move. Possibly tens of thousands died on the hard journey to a place they didn't know, with a language they didn't speak. These wars, atrocities, forced population exchange, and nationalistic, pure ethnic ideals are part of Venizelos' history and what he represents. As well as the support of more modern rights, transportation, and education in the new Hellenic Republic, whether they were completely fulfilled or not. He is one of the many Balkan figures throughout history that participated in warfare and efforts of ethnic cleansing. At the age of 9, Yiannis Papas and his family were caught up in the forced population exchange between Greece and Turkey. They had to leave their home in Constantinople and eventually ended up in Athens. Little did Yiannis know, he would be sculpting the man that had decided his family's fate. Yiannis Papas, 1913 to 2005, studied law and art in Paris and had studios throughout his life in Paris and Athens. Papas's early works included busts and full-length statues of notable Greek figures. During World War II, Papas served in the Greek military and later in the Greek Royal Navy in Alexandria, where he studied Egyptian art and created bronze sculptures. In 1952, he returned to Athens and became a professor at the Athens School of Fine Arts, eventually serving as its director. Papas's notable works from this period include memorial statues, busts, and public monuments. In addition to his sculptural work, Papas was also involved in painting, drawing, and translating art-related texts. Most of his work paid homage to Greece, including a bust of the painter Andreas Verlumis, a sculpture of the Greek sculptor Christos Kapralos, and a sculpture of the Greek painter Yannis Moralis. Papas created several statues of Eleftherios Venizelos, including those in Athens, Heraklion, Crete, and Thessaloniki. The statue given to America in 2009 and exhibited in front of the Greek embassy, was donated after Papas' death. It is a replica of a statue he did of Venizelos in Athens. Yiannis Papas, himself has become a major figure to Greek sculptors with strong nationalism.